record. I'm sure somebody's going to remind me of that if they haven't already. And but it's tonight the goal is to discuss digital currency. People are making really incredible money with it, folks. You know, the educational curve is not all that big, and you know, once you get into it, it's like, wow, this is like the easiest wealth I've ever created. And I know a lot of y'all feel the same way. I also want to mention up front, this is not a deal where you have to recruit anybody. If you don't want to, if you don't want to build a team and you just want to be a miner and you want to create wealth and, you know, really passively, you can do that as well. So there's no recruiting requirement. There's no monthly payments you have to maintain. So we're going to kind of eliminate a lot of the objections up front. So, you know, a lot of people are like, well, I'm not really a recruiter, or I've been involved in 12 MLMs and I don't have any friends left, or, you know, whatever the excuse is that you have. I like to tell people when something's working and it's creating something good in your life, you just naturally share it. And I think that's the problem with most MLMs, the products you kind of have to force on people. I tell people you don't have to force wealth on people. If they see you making money, if you're making money, people can smell it. You know, it's like they know something's going on. They know something's up with you. And tonight, I don't think we're going to get into the mechanics of digital currency, except to say that we have a medium of exchange that we can trade with each other that has value, that allows us to purchase products and services outside of a government-issued currency. And I know you all are huge enthusiasts of government-issued currency, and I know that you love the fact that just about all government currency is dropping in value. And I know you all love the fact that you're working harder for less. But by chance, if you don't love that stuff, we have a great solution for you tonight. We have something that will really help you create wealth, get to retirement faster, and ultimately give you a little bit more time freedom. And I like to say to people that we have the product that everybody wants, and it's time freedom. And it's wealth. It's not water filters. It's not skin cream. I like to tell people I can build just about any business doing it the way we're doing it, because I know you all like being at home. I know you like being with your families. I know you like having the mobile phone and being able to not be sitting in some of you can be sitting in a park right now watching this. Some of you could be sitting on a sailboat, you know, hanging out with a friend. Whatever you're doing, we have designed this business for you. And from there, we allow you to be the architect of how you build your dreams. And I was talking yesterday and really resonated with a lot of people. I said, you know, when you care enough about people, you just want to share something with them. You know, if I see Dana says to me, hey, Tom, I lost my car the other day. I need a new car. I know Dana went through an issue with her car, but thank God she got it back, got it looking pristine too. I saw a picture of it the other day. But, you know, Dana told me, you know, I lost my car. I don't know what I'm going to do. I would open up my ears and listen to her and say, you know, Dana, I've got something that you really ought to check out. I think it'll fix your problem. And I like to tell people, forget digital currency. I mean, digital currency is the product that we use. At the end of the day, we are in the business of solving people's problems. And you know what? Do any of you have friends that have problems? Raise your hand. Anybody got friends with problems? Yeah, we got the whole United States got a problem right now. Yeah, we're. I tell people, if you listen to people long enough for like more than like 3 minutes, you will hear them say, "I got a problem." And if you just kind of quickly say, "You know what? I've got something I think you'll like," and we share a video with people. And for those that are brand new online, if you haven't seen the 16-minute video, the person who invited you tonight will share that with you. But I know I've got a copy of it at thenewmoney.us. You can watch it there, or you can just go to my YouTube channel. I've got it on my YouTube channel. Also, OneLife-OneCoin has it on their channel as well. But all of you should have access to that video or have a link that you can share with people. And, you know, when Dana watches that video, she's going to come back to me and she's going to say, I'm interested or I'm not interested, or, you know, whatever. And I do, by the way, set a time frame. If I tell her, if she says she'll watch the video, I'll say, when can I follow up with you to answer your questions? And Dana will tell me, okay, how about tomorrow after 3? I say, great, I'll call you tomorrow after 3. So I put her into my iPhone and I program in a call where I need to call her after 3. Now, when she picks up the phone, hopefully she's watched the video, and I say, I just, you know, I'd love to answer your questions. Isn't that exciting? I don't say, what do you think about that? I say, isn't that exciting? The ability to have a currency that goes up in value, have a business that you can do anywhere in the world, reduce your bank fees. I mean, I think of all the things I'm excited about, and I say, isn't that exciting? And I rattle off 3 benefits, and she goes, yeah, it was exciting. You know, how do I find out more? You know, I say, well, we have a Zoomcast that we do 7 times a week, and I'd love to introduce you to some of the other women or some of the other people that are part of our team. And I'd just love to have you hear what they're doing and the success that they're having in their business. And folks, outside of that, if they're interested after seeing the Zoomcast, which is what you're on right now, the process is very simply, we set up an orientation call, and we show them how to get an educational package, and we show them how to start creating wealth. And that in itself may take 30 minutes total, but we have probably one of the easiest businesses on earth. So number 1, you know, we look for people with problems. Number 2, we provide them with a video that, you know, as I tell people, we're not in the convincing or selling business. We're in the caring and sharing business. We're in, hey, I care about you. I want to share this with you. It's working for me. Take a look at this 16-minute video. And then if they say, I'm interested, then we are in the realizing of dreams business. We want to show people how to realize their dreams, and we will walk them down a path that will allow them step by step to follow our proven success system. And that is what tonight is all about. It's about you following a system and seeing a way of doing business that will solve your problems. And ultimately, folks, at the end of the day, we're using digital currency to do that. We're using a product that is, man, I got to tell you what, we are so at the right place at the right time. I just read articles every day, and I'm like, the government's discussing it. You know, there's so many big players getting into this space right now. You have no idea how perfect the timing is for where we're at. We're actually really early stage right now. I'd say a year from now, y'all are going to go, man, I feel like I fell into a bowl of money, a pot of money. I just don't know how I got so lucky to be at the right place at the right time. And I know that as you hear some of the women's stories tonight, you're going to think, well, maybe this is real. You know, maybe this is real. And I tell everybody, you'll go through 4 stages of feelings, or 4 stages as you get to know this. In the beginning, it's like, I have fear. I'm here. Some of you even fear introducing yourself and telling where you're zooming in from. That's okay. You'll get used to it. One day you'll be like, dude, I can't wait to introduce where I'm, you know, it'll be like natural for you. Okay. But you'll believe, and then you move to a believing state. It's like, wow, maybe this is real. Maybe this can fix my problem. And then when it does fix your problem, you enter that knowing state, and you start having that conviction. You start telling people, you know, you can tell me you think you're right, but I know you're wrong, because this is working for me, and it's working for millions of people around the world. And, you know, I love it when people tell me digital currency is a scam. I mean, they have no idea what they're going to go up against if they tell me that. I mean, they're going to get shut down so fast, in such a ridiculous fashion. It's just like, it drives me crazy when people spout off their ignorant statements about something they know nothing about, and they run up against somebody that really does know what they're talking about. But I'll give you some of that ammunition tonight, because I think it's important that when somebody does confront you and tells you what you're doing is not real, you can say, oh, really? And the minute you say, oh, really, they know they're in trouble. So, oh, really? Yeah. How about this? Bang, 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 and you're off to the races. So giving you a little bit of training up front as well. I want you to understand how we're doing this business. Michelle, the idea about our business is I want you to be able to do business anywhere in the world. My goal is that you will introduce 50 to 100 people to this Zoomcast in the next 90 days or 6 months or whatever it takes to get 50 to 100 people on here. And from there, your business will duplicate if they do the same thing you're doing in growing your business, finding people that have problems, introducing them to a solution, having them meet real people that are doing the business, giving it some social proof, and then ultimately asking them to purchase an educational package. And really, it's not as much purchasing, you're exchanging money that's losing value for the opportunity to acquire money that's gaining value. So I kind of like that. I like, instead of spending money, I like to say that you're exchanging money, and as our business grows, so will your wealth. So I will leave it there and just tell you that digital currency, I'm going to share some slides with you tonight. So we'll be bouncing back and forth between a slide presentation, but I will show you what our products are. I will show you, I've told you how our system works. And then ultimately, I'm going to show you the thing that really confuses everybody. It's the word called mining. I'll show you a chart and show you why you want to become a miner in this business. It's very, very exciting. But let me jump up first to, she labels herself a Reef Swaggy. What's going on? Let me unmute you there. How are you? Can I hear you?
Can you hear me?
I can hear you loud and clear now. How are you doing tonight?
Okay.
Good. Well, tell me what's going on in your digital currency life. I know you're in Australia, right?
Yes, I'm in northern New South Wales, not too far from Brisbane, out in the bush.
Out in the bush. So tell me a little bit of what's got you excited about digital currency. And you said you'd like to share something tonight. So what would you like to share?
I'm really excited about not only helping us, but helping the poor of the world. I'm really inspired by that idea. I come from a teaching background, an academic background. I'm not a sales.
You're not a digital
and
guru. Is that what you're trying to convince me of? I don't believe it.
I tried Amway back in the 1990s when I was really, really desperate for some money.
Yeah.
And I just couldn't sell soap powders, and I couldn't sell the idea to other people to sell soap powders. So the network marketing strategy did not work for me. And I got out of bed and became a high school teacher. And over the years, of course, I've
a high school teacher is kind of a good role for this because, I mean, that's really the only reason that all of us are here is because somebody educated us on digital currency. Yeah, education.
And that's what inspired me. I can sell an education package. I can say to people, get educated. I don't care what you do, but get educated. At least know what's going on. Yeah. And I'm like most of you. I've missed all the opportunities previously. I go back to gold coming off the American money standard thing, $35 an ounce. And if I'd had any clues, I would have sold the stocks and bonds my grandfather had gotten me for my college education. I would have bought gold, and then I wouldn't need to be here today.
Yeah. Hey, Maggie, we're missing about every other word you're saying. I think your bandwidth is a little bit low, but you've got a bad connection. But we're getting your excitement by the look on your face. And I will tell you that we've heard everybody's going, she's very excited. But I think just to paraphrase what she said so far, it's and we'll get you on next time. But I love your enthusiasm and everything, but we're getting about half of everything you're saying. But I think the important thing in what you're saying, number one, you're really excited about the mission of the company and helping people that need an opportunity. But, the fact that you've been a teacher and ultimately we are marketing education, I think you probably agree with me that education creates awareness and awareness ultimately gives you the ability to seize opportunities. But I'm excited to have you on board. I'm sorry our connection's not good with you tonight. The video is crystal clear, but for some reason the audio is not working.
Can I say one more thing?
Yeah, go ahead. Yeah.
We have 14 people on my team. I think I made Sapphire.
Good for you. That's awesome. Yeah, no, that's definitely. So, hey, everybody, big hands up. She got 14 people on her team, and you go for Ruby. Get you 3 more Sapphires under you. You're ready.
Wait a minute.
There we go. Oh, you got your ruby. Those are beautiful. Yeah. So that's great. You know, I'll tell you this, Maggie. They say the one way to become a ruby is to produce more sapphires. So just keep producing those sapphires like you become. But congratulations. That's really awesome. So
Thank
that's
you.
exciting.
And I got my Bitcoin wallet. So could you please help me do a transaction sometime?
I will. I'll be glad to. We'll connect afterwards. Okay. Great. Thanks for being online. Sorry, the audio was bad, folks, but congratulations to her for hitting a sapphire. That's fantastic. Getting 14 people on her team. And as you heard her say, she's never really been into the MLM thing, but because of this is education, she is very, very excited about it. And with her teaching background, this just makes a lot of sense. And I think you can see she's super excited about that. That's awesome. So let me jump over to Dana. I was talking about Dana earlier. And Dana, how are you?
Am I unmuted?
You're unmuted. I got you unmuted.
I'm awesome. Thank you very much, Tom.
Well, it's great to have you online tonight. And are you out in the bush as well?
No, I live in the city now. I used to live in the country, see? That was my farm that I used to live at, but now I'm a city girl.
Gotcha. Good.
Unfortunately.
So tell me a little bit about digital currency. What has you excited about it, and just what's going on in your digital currency life right now?
Well, Hayley put me on it. She sent me this video a couple of months ago, and me being a little bit of an opportunist, and I like taking a few risks. I like to see what's new out there. I'd actually done a bit of a process where I thought to myself, I need a business where I can be like a bank. This was like only a week before Hayley sent me this video. And I thought, the banks are really smart. So how can I do something where I'm doing it similar to how a bank works? Then when she came to me with this idea, I thought, oh my God, this is it. This is what I'm thinking about. And so when I looked at it, I thought, this sounds actually too good to be true. And being an Aussie and we're a little bit skeptic, I had to start delving in and doing some research. And of course, the first thing that you see is like all the scams and that how cryptocurrency and OneCoin and all the rest of it is such a scam. But then I thought about it and I thought, well, when you Google, like, I've got a headache, they're going to tell you that you're going to bloody die, aren't they? So don't Google that stuff. I need to find the people who actually know what they're talking about, who are the experts in the field, like a doctor. You go to a doctor, not to bloody Google. So that's when I started talking to more people. I spoke to you about it, Tom, and what you said to me absolutely hit home. I was ready. I was so excited. I was actually ready to invest a huge amount of money. And then I thought, hang on a sec, I've got to treat this like every other business, every other investment. And you said to me that you have a portfolio, investment portfolio, and just to like spread it out a little bit. So I've done that within the OneCoin portfolio as well. And the potential of what I've read and what I've heard, it is just amazing, absolutely amazing. And you know, when I got my car stolen, the thing that I was most pissed off about is that I would have to wait like a year or 2 years like before I could get a new car, because I knew how much money I was going to have, but I just had this waiting period. But as it worked out, I didn't have to anyway. But yes, the business side of it, I sort of just unintentionally have dropped into that just by what you said, like talking to people and saying, oh my God, this is really cool. Like, just have a look at this chart and see the potential of what's happening. And then telling them a little bit about cryptocurrency, because most people don't know anything about cryptocurrency at all. They don't have any idea. My 15-year-old son does, but people my age have got no idea. So it was just explaining to them about that's the way of the world. You look at the PayPass. We didn't think that was going to be existent in 10 years' time. Look what's happened now. Like, you don't even think about it when you just swipe your card over something. And that's the way, look, in 10 years, how many things are going to change in 10 years? It's going to be huge. So by just telling people real life stuff just like that has just, unintentionally grown the business. And I wanted to say that I didn't go into it for a business. I'm not into it. I'm into it to help other people. And I received, like, up to date now, and I've only been in it maybe 2 months at most, max, I've received 5,000 euros in bonuses, which is 7,000 Australian dollars. And that is doing nothing, absolutely nothing, other than telling friends and family, like, how great this is and, like, this is the way that's where it's going to go, and to get your ass into gear and get on now, or else you're going to miss out. And people don't like missing out.
Yeah.
That's my story.
Yeah, that's cool. That's cool. And so you should be close to, with that kind of volume, are you monitoring getting close to Sapphire? Have you made Sapphire yet? You know?
Well, actually, I have no idea what you're talking about.
Okay. Well, Haley will have to tell you, because that's what your upline is going to do for you. She's going to tell you. Well, actually, I'll tell you how to get to Sapphire tonight. But as I tell everybody, you know, one thing with ranks when you're in business, as you achieve ranks, and Sapphire is the first one. It's pretty easy to achieve, and it's when you've done about 7,000 in volume in your organization. But before you become a Sapphire, you have to help 2 other people sign up 2 people as well. So we'll show you how to do that. I've got a little chart that'll give you I'll educate you tonight on how to become a Sapphire. I think everybody who's on this Zoomcast, your goal in the next 30 to 90 days, you know, maximum, should be to become a Sapphire. And then once you become one, you can start helping others become Sapphires. And, you know, it's funny is when you achieve the ranks, the income just comes along with it. And I love that, because people do love recognition. They like achieving ranks, and sounds like you're awfully close. You probably just have to sign up a couple people and help them sign up a couple people, but we'll go over that today and you can kind of figure out where you're at. But you definitely sounds like you have the volume to do it. So congratulations. I'm glad you got your car back. I did follow your car story and certainly commented on it as well. I hope you got it GPS. So those little Subarus are hot cars.
They are.
Yeah. But it's great having you online. Thanks for sharing your story, and congratulations on your success. The one thing I would tell you, and I'll tell everybody, that what is a gauge of your success will be how many new people you have on the Zoomcast on a weekly basis. So we have 7 for Australia, 4 events per week that you all can legitimately chime into around lunchtime. And I would tell all of you that monitor how many new people you have on the Zoomcasts and how many of your team is attending the Zoomcast. And I would say if you could take an average of that per month, that will give you an average of how many people are joining your team per month is on a weekly basis. So monitor it on a weekly basis, and that's probably the number of people, because they say about 25% of the people join. I think we have a higher percentage of that than people that come to the Zoomcast. But, you know, you don't know who's going to succeed in this business. You just have to plug people in and say, hey, you like what we're doing? You know, you like making money? With us, it was a single product purchase with you, right? You bought a single product, and then you didn't have to do a monthly auto ship or anything like that, right?
Exactly nothing.
Yeah, absolutely. So great to be on online. Thanks for sharing your story, and congratulations on your success. Yeah. Very good. So I think what you're hearing so far is just a great amount of enthusiasm. Some people are like, you know, I didn't want to get in. I had no intention of getting in the business. And I tell everybody, I don't know. I mean, don't make it a business if you don't want to. Just go out there and, you know, share it with people and say, hey, plug in and join the conversation. To me, it's about joining the conversation to get the education, to gain the awareness. Because think about how all of you that are involved, how you got here where you are today. It's because you talked to somebody, they gave you some education on something, you know, they had you watch a video. I'll tell you how I got into it. Sherry Hilliard called me one day, and she had Kevin on the line with her, and she knew me from another network marketing company. I was a number 2 producer in another network marketing company that I was pretty convinced was going to go into bankruptcy, and it did, because the owner of the company wouldn't listen to anybody but himself and his high-paid consultants. And I kind of knew the writing was on the wall. And so when she called me, she said, Tom, you know, I want to introduce you to OneCoin. It's a cryptocurrency. And I said, I don't think it's a cryptocurrency, Sherry. I mean, I'm open-minded to hear from your buddy you got on the phone. And, you know, Kevin was a bit of a hippie and didn't know much about cryptocurrency, but it was a tone in his voice that caught me. And he said, Tom, this is a cryptocurrency. I guarantee it. I don't know exactly how to explain it to you, but here's some videos I want you to watch. And I mean, he gave me like 2 hours worth of videos. And I'm like, okay, I don't have a lot of time for this, but I watched the first one, and it was one with Dr. Rusha in it. And we have a woman founder, by the way, for those that don't know. And I watched her video, and I'm like, this is very interesting. And I remember telling my wife, I said, you know, they have 220,000 people in this company right now. And if they hit 250,000 people, they'll have more active users than Bitcoin. And that to me would be an amazing accomplishment. And I was surprised I really hadn't heard about it yet. But I ended up watching 10 hours of videos that day. I sat there all day Saturday, and my wife finally walked out of the bedroom. She goes, "You're getting ready to sign up for something, aren't you?" I said, "Yeah, I think we're going to get ready to do something very big." I said, "I'm very excited about this." And, you know, that was how I got in, but I was hooked on a video, and I was hooked on the idea of not missing the next Bitcoin. I didn't want to miss the next big opportunity. And I think a lot of people feel that way. If you missed investing in the internet, or if you missed, you know, somebody told you about Amazon early on and you could have put money in that. I missed that. I had 40 grand I was going to put in Amazon, and a good friend of mine, I called him. I said, "What do you think of this Amazon company?" He goes, "Dude, they'll never make it. They don't have a profitable business model. They're just going to bleed money forever, and you're just going to flush 40 grand down the drain." Literally, almost word for word, that's what the guy told me. And I just said, you know, you're right. And I invested it in some other things, and which didn't pan out in the internet. And it would have been worth about $4.6 million today, somewhere in that range, that $40,000. But I just tell everybody, you know, when we miss opportunities, it kind of makes us think, gee, do I want to miss this one? Could if I just put 2 hours, I tell you, folks, if you just put an hour or 2 hours of education into this thing, you won't look up. I mean, you won't look back. You'll be like, oh my goodness, I found the next internet. I found something huge, because we can show people how to do business without using banks. We can show people how to own currency that grows in value instead of decreases in value. So let me chat with one other person, and we'll go ahead and get into maybe some slides. I'll jump down to Margie Scott. She's one of our super leaders. What's going on, Margie?
Hey, Tom. How are you?
By the way, you and I have similar dads, just so you know. I've been watching your stories.
Yeah, it's an interesting journey, that's for sure.
Yeah, I know. I've got a dad that's 86, and I actually had an enjoyable dinner with him. First one a long time, just a couple days, or last night, and got to spend time with he and Mom, and it was extremely enjoyable. But I was thinking about you as I was having dinner with him. So, but great having you online, and you are leading leadership calls, and you're out there working with people. And I saw your comments early on before the webcast that you had 15 conversations going on. I know that you get the conversations, or content creates into conversations, conversations creates conversions business model. And I was thinking about you the other day when I was talking about the caring, let's get out of the convincing and selling business, and let's get into the caring and sharing business. And as I was thinking about that, I was thinking about you. I said, that's something I know would resonate with you, because that fits with your lifestyle and what your life's mission seems to be about, from me knowing you for the time that I've known you. But tell people what's got you excited about digital currency, and what you're doing to build the business, and any success stories that you've got going on right now.
Sure. Well, first of all, I want to welcome my friend Michelle, who's here. She just jumped on like 5 minutes before we were having some conversation, and she asked me what I was up to, and so I just said, well, I'm helping educate people about cryptocurrency and sharing with them about how they can profit from it, and it's such an exciting field, and I'm really loving it. And she said, what the heck is that? So I said, well, hey, there's this educational webinar happening right now. Why don't you just jump on? And so she's here, so I just want to say, give a shout out to her and say thanks for joining us and checking it out. And, cryptocurrency it's just an incredible opportunity, I think, for a lot of us who have missed a lot of other things in the past. And I know that I've certainly been one of those people who have just, everything. I always seem to arrive in the cool little town just as it's getting overrun by, all the people who just want to, come in and buy the house and pump it up and sell it and turn the whole community into something completely different. And so, I've missed a lot of opportunities along the way. And when I learned about this, I didn't know a thing about cryptocurrency or, what it was all about or what the possibilities of it were or anything. I don't really have much of a financial background. I failed math in school. So all of those things kind of look like they might be against me in looking at this particular opportunity. And in reality, none of it has worked against me at all. This is such an easy thing to get to be a part of and to learn about. It doesn't take that much effort. It doesn't take that much brain power. There's a whole lot of people that are way smarter than I am that are a part of this, and I don't feel like I need to be a PhD or anything like that to figure out what this is all about and how awesome it can be with regards to changing my life and changing other people's lives as well. So, I just want to share it with people and let them make a decision about it. I've certainly made a decision about it, and I feel pretty excited about it, and I'm having a lot of success and a lot of fun with it. And I get to do it while I'm in between taking care of my 88-year-old dad, which is now my full-time job. So it's pretty awesome.
Very good. Very good. Tell some of the leadership calls I know you're doing. You guys have had some great success stories out there, but talk a little bit about your leadership call, your 90-day blitz call, and how that helps people.
Yeah, we have a call that happens every single day at noon Eastern time. It's called the 90-day blitz daily motivational call. And it's an opportunity for people to activate their success, their business, and their wealth by choosing to take an action that they're going to take every single day for 90 days. And we're in our third 90-day blitz right now with that particular call. And we are really recognizing and seeing that people who are participating in that and are choosing to take an action every single day and staying committed to that are really having some major good things happening in their life and in their business. We're really seeing people make some incredible amounts of money. We're watching people profit immensely from the cryptocurrency and the coins that they're getting in their accounts. And it's just a really great place to go to get a little bit of daily inspiration and support. We do a lot of Q&A so people can get a lot of their questions that they might have answered. If we can, if we can't, we look for those answers. So it's just a really great opportunity for people to come in and get connected and get plugged in.
Would you, are you willing to post that information in the chat? So
I absolutely can, yeah.
Awesome. Thank you very much. RJ, great having you online. You're a great leader and always an inspiration. I love following you. And folks that, you want that accountability and that structure. They've got definitely a great system that we're working on. We run 7 webinars per week, like the post office, rain or shine, and they run their 90-day blitz call, rain or shine, and you all have lots of opportunity to plug into people not only that will care about you, but that will motivate you. When you come to our calls, folks, you won't hear people complaining. I know if they complain on mine, I'll boot them off. I'm not into that. I'm into glasses half full and glasses overflowing people. I'm looking, if your glass is half empty, change your mindset real quick around this group, because everybody here, I think, has dreams that they want to accomplish. And ultimately, we are in the dream realization business, and we're looking for people who they're not restricted by what other people think about them. They're not restricted by other people's opinions about them. But let me jump into a couple slides real quick. Let's put some structure to this, and maybe help put some what I call framework or some images or something. But let me go to screen share real quick and pull up just our little cover slide. I love I've had brands, Digital Coin Millionaire. I have New Currency University. I have, the Coin Lifestyle, which I've used a lot, but I think as I've moved through the stages of digital currency and working with people, The idea of the protocol of prosperity is something that I really, really get excited about because, protocol means you have a system. It means you have a way of doing something. And a prosperity is a state of success. And so I like to tell people that we have a system, a way of doing things that creates a state of success. And that system also includes like Margie's 90-day success call. That's why we make it available to everybody. You all understand that we're all locking arms and we're lifting each other up. And that's the only way this business works. And the more we do it, the higher the value of our coin goes, because the bigger our community, the more value there is in our coin. And I just think that's one of the coolest, most natural concepts that we can all just vibe to. I mean, I talk about attunement and I talk about resonation. Does this resonate with you? Do our people resonate with you? Does the idea of creating wealth resonate with you? Does the idea of achieving your dreams, being able to sit at home and build a global organization, does that resonate with you? Does the idea of being able to attend calls and start leadership calls and be your own boss and determine your own destiny, does that resonate with you? And if it does, we've got the protocol of prosperity for you. We have a system by which you can create a state of success and definitely empower your future. As you can see, Tuesday, Thursday, Saturday, 1 p.m. Eastern time now, where I think we're -5. I'll have to double check that. But Tuesday, Thursday, Saturday, Sunday, 10 p.m. EST, I think, believes where we are now. Meeting code is always the same. Domain is always the same. All you have to do is identify people that have problems and match them with our solution. Okay, it's pretty simple. But as I talked about with Maggie, education creates the awareness. Awareness allows you to see the opportunities. But you got to take action, folks. This thing isn't going to happen by itself. I've been telling people, are you performing success actions or are you performing mediocre actions? What are you doing? Are you lifting up the remote control or are you clicking on a mouse? There's a big difference between a remote control and a mouse. Okay. A mouse is something that you can use to create successful activities. A remote control to a TV, well, I got news for you. Not always, depending on what you're watching on TV, I guess. If you're watching something inspirational, maybe that's good. I know some of you are going to create an argument with me. But the difference, when you take action, you have the opportunity to seize the opportunity. And there's a big difference. Y'all know what the difference between seeing an opportunity and seizing an opportunity is? It's the difference between massive success and massive mediocrity, And I just got a lot of friends that they thrive in massive mediocrity, and I don't get it. I don't understand. Of course, I've been debt free for a long time, but I don't understand having debt on cars. I don't understand having money on credit cards. I don't understand being in debt and having debt on a mortgage property. It's just not something I understand, because I don't want to be imprisoned to somebody else. I don't want somebody else owning my world. And I was doing a training one day about the difference between owning your world and leasing your world. And I asked the crowd, I said, what's the difference between owning your world and leasing your world? And the guy stood up, and he was in the car business. He said, owning your world means it's yours. Leasing your world means it's somebody else's. And I thought that was so profound when he said that. And I want you all to think about that for a minute. Are you owning your world or are you leasing your world? Are you debt free or are you up to your eyeballs in debt? Okay, if you're up to your eyeballs in debt, you got problems, we've got solutions. Okay, and hopefully you will use the money that you're earning with OneCoin and OneLife and the digital currency business to eliminate that debt and become free. I can tell you, folks, it's simply amazing. I'm pretty amazed at how high our insurance costs are now. But to know that really the only bills I have are just taxes and insurance and utilities and groceries and travel and entertainment. I don't have car notes or house notes or credit card bills. So I've excluded those from my lifestyle. And I did that by choice, folks, and it took a few years to do it. But I would tell you that it's probably one of the most noble goals that you can do in your life, because the older you get, the more debt you have towards the end of retirement. I got news for you. It will prevent you from retiring more than anything that you've ever dealt with in your life. So our business, people say, Tom, what do you do for a living? Besides, hang out on the pool on Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, and go to the gym in the mornings. I usually don't start my day till about noon. A lot of the time, sometimes in the morning, I always wake up, just so you know, I wake up and I read a chapter in a book, or I watch a 15-minute video. That is a ritual of mine. And as I tell everybody, that helps me read about 33 books per year. Actually, I have a hard time finding books that I want to read. That is one of my greatest challenges right now, is finding a book every 2 weeks that I actually want to read. And but it's, walking through the airport, I always tend to find one. I say that, but I'm very focused. I want to read really current content, but I'm starting to realize that most of the guru strategies they all say the same thing. Take massive action. That's what they say. Take massive action, create massive awareness. They all start sounding the same. But anyway, our business is pretty straightforward. We market education on new currency, digital currency. We show people how to create new currency, how to be an investment banker of new currency. And you don't have to have graduated from math class. And I think it's funny that Margie said that, because my math skills, I think, stopped at long addition. You start throwing numbers and letters and equations, and I'm done. I mean, I don't even know what that means. Combining alphabet, with math, bad idea with me. But we introduce merchants to new currency. We have this awesome mobile app builder, and there's several other companies like BitPay and GoCoin. We have opportunities that when we're talking with merchants, every merchant I go in now, I ask them, are you taking OneCoin? Are you taking BitPay? Are you taking GoCoin? Laura and I were out having drinks the other night, and I asked the bartender if she took Bitcoin, and she said, no, but I've heard about it. How does that work? And she asked the wrong person that question. She got a master's degree in about 2 hours. It was pretty funny, but we actually did a transaction, and the manager allowed me to pay my bill in Bitcoin, which I thought that was pretty cool. We also inspire portable businesses and lifestyle design. To me, I think that's more important, because I think all of you would like to have a business where you didn't have a boss, where you could call your own shots, do business while you're on vacation. This is the thing I always tell people. Here's the big question that you have to answer tonight for yourself. Are you letting your work style determine your lifestyle, or are you letting your lifestyle determine your work style? Isn't that a great question? I mean, when you really think about it, how many of you are honestly willing to answer that question and face it right and look at it right in the eyes and say, you know what? My work style determines my lifestyle, and I hate it. And I would love for you to stand in the mirror and say that, and then say, and I'm going to change that. I'm going to make my lifestyle determine my work style. Here's the bottom line, folks. I live where I want to live. I live how I want to live, and I create wealth doing it. And I love my business. And I tell people, I got the greatest business in the world. My biggest issue is just I could work all day long. I love what I do. I love writing content. I wrote a 5-page script of a video that I'm recording tomorrow. Spent most of the day doing that. Walked around my property with my wife and enjoyed the fall leaves. And we couldn't even hear each other talking because the leaves were so crunchy. We were laughing. We were like talking. It's like, I can't hear you. Too many leaves crunching under our feet. But anyway, our company has 3 divisions. We have OneLife. It's our social networking community. You all know what a social networking community is, kind of like a Facebook. We are a group of investors, advocates, and educators of digital currency. And we are educators of bankless banking. I will show you how to do a bankless transaction tonight. It's pretty cool. And also, and by the way, I'm looking for somebody new tonight that has the app downloaded to their phone. It's got to be a woman, so we got to have a woman on tonight. But definitely, we show people how to be investment bankers of cryptocurrency. We're creating our own economy, folks. We're creating an economy that is allowing us to generate wealth for our families. It's allowing us to spend more time with our kids. It's allowing us to take better care of our health. We're creating an economy, folks, that's doing really, really good things for our lifestyles. And where the reason that's happening is because we have a digital currency called OneCoin that when I got my initial OneCoins, they went from 43 cents to $8. Okay? Think of it. That's like your $20 bills turning into $240 bills. How many of y'all would like every $20 bill that you own right now to turn into 250 US dollars? Would that be cool? Okay. Well, we have that opportunity with appreciating currency. Our cost of products and services go down every year because the amount of currency that we need to buy it reduces every year. We don't have to use as much of our currency. And I like that idea because right now my dollar loses value every year. And every year I have to use more of my currency to buy the same products. In 15 years, I will be spending $7 to $8 per gallon for milk. That means my money will have lost 50% more of its value, which means the $500,000 that I have today will be worth $250,000 15 years from now. And y'all don't think that's a big deal, but there's a big difference between 500 grand in spending power and 250 grand. And you can pretend it's not going to happen. It's going to happen. So if you think you need 50 grand or 500 grand a day, you might as well double it because you're going to need $1 million, because your money loses value. I've lost 40% of the value of my money in the last 30 years since I've been working. 40% of the value of my money's been lost in the US dollar. We also have our mobile app builder. We can introduce businesses. They can put their businesses online and tap into a community of millions of members worldwide. We have 2.6 million members, and we're growing by 150,000 people a month are using our currency as opposed to government currencies. And I just think that's the coolest thing. But no technical skills. You can determine what percentage of OneCoin you're going to accept for the product. You can gain access to a huge community. You can take your business global with our community, and the mobile app builder is very, very cool. We also have One Academy, and we'll come back and talk to a couple people about education and what it's done for them and maybe some of the ways they've been learning about this business. But One Academy is our educational program. We have several different courses that range from 110 euros all the way up to 27,500 euros. That's about 30,000 US dollars. But each one of these packages comes with the ability for you to create wealth. Let me give you an example. The Tycoon Plus package, you see right there, Tycoon Plus, you'll end up with about $60,000 worth of coins with that package. So you are buying an educational package, but you're also given the ability to create currency with our mining process. And so you're really just exchanging about 8,500 US dollars, and you have the ability to have 6 to 7 times, maybe 8 times that amount in purchasing power because you've decided to get educated on digital currency, and we'll show you how to do that. That's the cool thing about it. But each one of these packages, folks, we gain commissions on these. Okay, we earn commissions. Okay, and I'll share the commission plan with you here in just a little bit. I've gone over it a couple times, and I've gotten really great feedback. People are very happy that we talk about the commission program in a little bit greater detail because several people's lights have turned on in their heads, and they said, wow, this could really take off. I'm excited about it. But let me come back to the group real quick, and let's say hi to a couple other people. Let's see what we got. We have Beverly Washington. I'd like to say hello to Beverly. Beverly, you there? Yes. How are you doing today?
Well, I'm on a Zoom cast with a bunch of ladies from all over the world. I'm fired up. I'm excited. I'm carrying a big sword. And I'm grateful for this opportunity. Very much so.
Awesome. Very good. Well, tell me a little bit. I know you've been involved for a little over a year.
Mm-hmm.
And what is the education? What's been the best form of education to help you understand this business? You might want to turn your volume down a little bit on your phone. My voice kind of booms. So.
Is this better?
Yeah, that's better.
Awesome.
Very good. Tell me a little bit about what you've been doing to get educated and what's helped you the most.
Thank you. What I do every single day is what you say to do, and I follow exactly as much as I humanly possibly can to what you say, because you're my role model. You're an incredible mentor to me. I take notes. I always have pen and paper in hand, because I'm going to hear some valuable information that's going to take my business and my team to the next level, and that's what I'm interested in going. I'm attracted to the opportunity to, no matter what time of day it is, some way, somehow, I have to watch at least a couple videos each and every day. It's mandatory that I get on every call. I get on the 90-day blitz call. I get on the Zoom cast every single day as much as I can. If not, I'm watching the recording, because there are so many people that's on here. It's like being with professors at Harvard or Yale. So I feel very fortunate, and I am a college student right now. But when I'm on these Zoom casts, I feel like I'm really with the brilliant minds. I really do. So I'm very grateful for this. And it doesn't take anything but take time to invest in yourself. And I know the more I'm learning, the more I'm engaged with plugging into the leaders and taking notes and watching and what they're doing. It's starting to, it's like I'm living it. I'm actually feeling I'm getting more intelligent. I'm feeling more like I'm understanding a little bit more each and every day. So if this is your first time on here, don't be scared. It's going to work out really well for you. Just take little bites at a time. You can't eat an elephant in one bite. You have to take little pieces. So learn as you go. You're going to love it. And I have to tell you, the stage I'm in right now, it's mandatory. It's like a requirement for everybody to get on these Zoom casts. I promote it to my team. And most important, I love it. I'm hungry for this information. I'm hungry for knowledge, this knowledge, because I see the big picture. I see the now and the future. So I'm forever grateful that it was shared to me July of 2015. The coin was $1.61. I believe now it's about $8, something like that. So that lets me know, wow, I don't even have to know everything, but it's going up, up, up. While I'm sleeping, I'm making money. While I'm out in school or I'm playing around with my family and friends, I'm making money. And my team, what I love most important, my team is making money. They're doing events. James Bone Crusher Smith, former heavyweight champion of the world, came in my business. Matter of fact, it'll be on Thanksgiving, be 1 year he came on board. And he just had a big event in Fairfield, or I'm pronouncing it probably wrong, Fairfax, South Carolina, but he's in Myrtle Beach. He had a big golf tournament and a OneCoin event. So I'm excited that my team is growing. They're having fun, and I just love sharing it. It's a great opportunity. You can come on board with no money. If you have no money, you can get or upgrade to a starter pack. Sky is the limit, And I think Dr. Ruja is the most beautiful woman inside and out. She's a genius, literally documented genius. So she has a 20-year plan for us. So I've let go of a lot of other things that was distracting me. Now I'm only focusing on this company, and I see myself with it for the rest of my life. And thank you so much, Tom, for all that you do for everybody. You are an absolute digital currency superstar.
Thank you, Beverly. Great having you online, and love you too. And thanks for your enthusiasm and your commitment. And I know that you are one person away from 2 million a year, aren't you?
I got to get on the phone. I got to follow up.
I know if you have Bone Crusher Smith under you, that means you are one person away from 2 million a year. You just need one more of him, and you'll be at 2 million a year. So that's great. You'll understand that, folks, when I talk about the comp plan, what I mean by saying that. But it is very true, and I know why she's so committed, because you just keep talking. The harder you work, the luckier you get, Beverly. That's all I can tell you.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
Thanks for being online with us. So I want to bring up one new person that I haven't talked to yet, and her name is Moana. Moana, how are you?
Well, thank you.
I'm good. Well, I haven't met you. I don't think I've seen you on Facebook, and I know you're involved in cryptocurrency and you're learning about it and building a business. But can you share a little bit about yourself and what's got you excited about digital currency?
Yeah, sure. Well, I was approached by my cousin Moana, younger cousin, and I was at the time involved with another program. And I became very, very sick. So I said, look, timing's not right for me right now, but I'll get back to you when I get back from Bali. So I recuperated for 2 weeks, and then she started sending me stuff, and I thought, oh my gosh, like the rest of the ladies that's mentioned tonight, I'm no educator. I have no degree. You know, I'm just a average mum or grandma now, and I kind of always been open-minded though about opportunities, and because, you know, I figured that those who have education can get very good jobs, and I was never able to put myself in that category. So the only ability I had was my mind and to keep it open, and so that's why I looked at this and I thought, oh my gosh, cryptocurrency, how do you even say that? You know, let alone learn about it. So you know, and I've learned, it's been a learning curve for me over the last 2 months. Still a lot to learn. In fact, I have a cousin on here tonight, Gail. I'd like to introduce Gail. I took her onto the team. Well, she's looking at the business, and she's a teacher. So she knows exactly what I'm talking about. And she knows my history of where I've come from. But, you know, like I said, I've always been open-minded. I've gone from one business to another. And I understand how MLM works. It's a lot of hard work with sponsoring and auto-ship and all that sort of stuff. And it wasn't for me anymore. I was just tired of it. It costing too much money. And anyway, so this came along, and I thought, this is very different. This is very new, and I see it futuristically for my children, my grandchildren, and I've been grateful that, you know, the people like you people who are on here share your stories, and for those who want to jump on and learn and listen, you only get educated, and there may be someone who says something that triggers you, and it's exactly what happened to me. I'd been on 2 calls, and I thought, oh, okay, yeah, and then one gentleman said something, and it made sense to me, and that's why I came on board. So I want to thank my cousin Hayley Moana, for being persevering with me and showing me this business, and at the time she said, you know, I'm not into sharing this with anybody. Well, she did. She shared with me, and I said the same thing, but I'm also doing the same thing as she is now doing, and sharing with other people. But it's really exciting. I just want to see people share with people the opportunity of what it can do for you for their future. You know, so I'm at retirement age, and, you know, I need to do something about it now because it's, you know, it's past actually. so you know, I'm just grateful that I have people like you, Tom and Bernie, who help me out in my teams. Yeah, I just want to share this with everybody. I don't know how I'm making money, but it doesn't matter. That doesn't matter. I want to educate people about this kind of business because it's the future.
Sure.
And that's why I'm here. Thank you to everybody for your stories from afar and far nearby. But yeah, thank you.
So
thank you, Tom.
About cryptocurrency, what would be one burning question if you wanted to ask a question or something you didn't understand about cryptocurrency or the business? You said you don't really know how the comp plan works. Is that what you said?
I kind of do, but like you're talking about emerald and diamond ruby before. I'm thinking, what is that? You know, so, you know, and I'm okay with that because for me, I just like to learn in stages. And but in the past with other companies, the first thing I look at was a comp plan. This time I haven't.
All right. Well, I'm going to go over the leadership table just for you, and we're going to talk about how to make it up through the ranks. And I'm going to forego the compensation plan tonight because we're running a little bit over on time, but I want you all to see a chart that I've got that will help you all understand the different ranks. But thanks for sharing your story. That was awesome. And
thank you.
You know that you have direct access to me and Bernie. You got an awesome leader with Bernie. He's building a team, and I will be coming to Australia, I think on the 25th, she said, of February. So we're working towards a New Currency University event on the 25th. I think I think she said I go to New Zealand first, and then I'll come to Australia. Yeah. But we're going to spend 5 days in New Zealand and 5 days in Australia. So it's going to be great.
Awesome.
But thanks for being online. And I know there's a whole bunch of people on here that don't believe you're a grandma or anywhere near retirement. I can tell you that right now.
I am. Thank you.
Super having you online.
Thank you, Tom. Thank you.
Great. So let's let me jump into a leadership chart real quick, and I'll show you all a chart that I will somehow distribute to all of you, or you can email me at coinlifestyle@gmail.com and I'll get it to you. But let me come over to this screen. I think you'll like this too, Margie. I don't know if you've seen this yet. But this is a leadership table that, you know, ultimately the qualifications are right here. It says Sapphire. To get the Sapphire position, you have to do a qualifying total volume of 7,000 in volume. So, you know, that is, you know, that's pretty easy to do. We have some packages that will hit 7,000 in volume. And you also have to have two, you got to have your matching bonus qualification done, which means you have to have signed up 2 people at least the trader position. And so there's basically 2 sales that really have to be made, plus the 7,000 in volume to reach Sapphire. Ruby is 40,000 in volume, cumulative, by the way. And your weaker leg, your weaker sales team leg, has to have at least 10,000. So you have in our business, you have an alpha team, which is your right team, and you have a Bravo team. That's what I call mine. And this team, let's say this team over here, the alpha team, has 10,000, and this team has 30,000. That would be basically break up the volume. So you need 10,000 in volume on this side and 30,000 in volume. And dollar for dollar, euro for point is the way the points are figured. So this is dollar for dollar, just so you know, dollar for point. And so for you to become a Sapphire, you basically have to have a couple people in your organization that have done basically the Sapphire requirement of getting their matching bonuses done. The Ruby position, basically you got to be at least a tycoon. You got to be in at the tycoon level to get that. But to be a Ruby, you have to have 3 Sapphires in your organization, and you have to have volume, total of 80,000 in volume, and your weaker leg has to have 40,000. So that's the only one where it's basically equally balanced, where you have to have basically 40,000 in volume on both sales teams, and that's total cumulative volume of your teams. That's not a weekly or a monthly deal. And then blue diamond is, or diamond is when you have basically emerald is when you have 3 rubies in your organization. And the fastest way to get rubies in your organization is to promote sapphires. Okay. So this chart, I'll get this out to you all. But one thing that I learned in the UK was, you know, most people were coming in at Sapphire level. And it was interesting because the more people you have come in at Sapphire level, which is about 10,000 US dollars in volume, the quicker you will produce rubies. And the quicker you produce rubies, the quicker you become an emerald. And the quicker you produce emeralds, the quicker you become a diamond. And so this chart kind of breaks it down and shows you the volumes that you need to have total here, and then your weaker leg volume, whatever your weaker leg is, this is the volume that it has to have. So you just subtract this from the other amount, and that tells you what amount your stronger leg has to have as well. But it's very important, I think, as you get into promoting people and recognizing people that, you know, really to get a ruby, to hit the ruby level, you're looking at about 3 or 4 sapphires. It's 3 sapphires, but from those 3 sapphires, you got to have enough volume to hit it. And I'll get everybody this chart, but this will break it down to show you what you need volume-wise, and this tells you how many of the sapphires. The next position up is how many sapphires, how many emeralds, how many diamonds, etc., that you have to have in your organization to achieve the rank. But if I could encourage everybody, focus on bringing in people at Sapphire, which is about 10,000 US dollars. And, you know, if somebody can't, that's okay. But there's a lot of people that are starting to come in at the $10,000 level. And but I'll make sure, if I don't put this chart on a PDF link on my server, I'll make sure that I make it available to you all so you can kind of fill in the boxes. But when you sign somebody up, you know, what the groups do in the UK is they go ahead and they put in all these positions up front. So they sign up all these positions initially as rookies underneath you. And then they basically use this chart to fill out and say, okay, Dana wants to come in. She's going to be a Sapphire. She's coming in at Sapphire level. So I'm going to put her here. Or I'm going to put her down here. And they basically fill out these with people that are willing to come in at Sapphire. So all the people that are up front, they bring them in at Sapphire first. And ultimately, as you do that, you will notice you get 2 Sapphires over here, 1 Sapphire over here, and a little bit of extra volume. And next thing you know, you're a Ruby. You know, next thing you know, you got 2 Rubies here and a couple Sapphires underneath here. Next thing you know, you're an Emerald up here. And the chart will just help you fill out people. When you sit down with friends, you can say, well, I'll put you here, but you know, if you come in at this level, you got to become a Sapphire. Anything below that, I've got to put you below. So it's pretty interesting how they do it in the UK. They don't as much, they don't as much, they're focused more on ranks than they are packages, if you will. And, you know, to give you an idea, a Sapphire is about 10,000. If somebody wants to come in at Ruby, they're about 40,000. If they want to come in at Emerald, it's about 90,000. And if they want to come in at the Diamond level, it's about 190,000. 200,000, let's just round up. But pretty interesting chart. I got to work with Dr. Safar, who was the fastest blue diamond in OneCoin. He did it in 5 months. He is the 8th biggest earner in the world in network marketing, and he makes 500,000 a month. And I can tell you, when he showed me this chart, light bulbs went off my head. I went in, I put in all the rookie positions in under me, and I placed out my Emerald or my Diamond chart, because I actually have volume right now to be a blue diamond, but I got to hit Diamond first. And so I am now focused on getting my Diamond level, and I only need two more. I need 2 Emeralds and a couple Rubies, which will help me get my couple Emeralds. So that's just something that we're focused on for those that like leadership charts and helping people build volume and creating you know, positions underneath you and helping people achieve these ranks. And you can see, by the way, each one comes with some pretty decent awards as well. So I would encourage all of you to start focusing on ranks and helping your team learn how to get to Sapphire. And that's really, if you produce enough Sapphires, folks, you will produce Rubies. And if you produce enough Rubies, you will become an Emerald. And if you produce enough Emeralds, you will become a Diamond. Diamonds, by the way, they make about $50,000 to $100,000 a month, just so you know. Okay, so it can come very quickly for you. But that's a chart. I'll make sure that you all get that. But when you sit down with a new person, show them immediately how they can become a Sapphire and bring in, and then have them identify a couple other Sapphires that they can bring in immediately. And your goal is to try and get to Ruby no later than, you know, the first couple weeks of your business. If it takes 30 days, so be it. But most people in the UK I'm seeing are hitting Diamond within 60 days. Some are doing it in 30 days and less. So they're moving a lot of volume, but they're strictly focused on the rank system. So I'll make sure that chart's available to everybody. And I'm going to go ahead and wrap it up there. That's something that will help everyone. But it's very cool to see such a great group of people online tonight. I always enjoy Sunday night. We hear great stories. And, you know, I'll make sure you all have that chart. I'll post it in the group chat. Be sure to get with the person who invited you to the presentation tonight. Talk to them about getting involved in the mining process and get your free account set up, and just trust the people who are involved here, because we've all done it so far and it's worked out really great. And the funny thing about it is, like, once you get in and you set up your account and you purchase your package and you click the submit button, it's like, okay, what do I do now? You know, it's like, we'll start inviting people. So we have 4 things that we ask you to do. Get educated. That's very important. You can earn while you learn here. The second thing is to get experienced. The third thing is to get engaged. You know, Dana, over the next month, how many people are you going to have on this webinar? 50, 60, 70, 80? How many people are you going to get on this webinar? How many of you have a monthly goal of how many new people you're going to get on this Zoomcast? Mine is 100 every month. Every month I start over, my goal is to get 100 people on here. And I'll tell you how I do it. I'll give you a little tip. Get you a jar with 100 pennies in it, 100 coins, okay? Get 2 jars on your desk. And every time you get a new person on the webinar, pull a coin out of the jar and put it in the other jar. And that will give you some accountability, and it will let you know if you are truly deceiving yourself or if you are really working the success plan that you put in place. And I would tell you, just constantly focus on getting new people, because I have no idea who I invite to this business. I have no idea who has success written on their heart. I have no idea who has dreams emblazoned on their heart. I have no idea who has no excuses emblazoned on their heart. I have no idea who wants it bad. And so all I can do is introduce them to a great group of people, give them a vision of what we're doing, let them know that people are making really incredible. There are people making on this presentation tonight, there are people making $1,000 a month, $10,000 a month, and $100,000 a month on this presentation tonight. There are people making serious money in this business. And every single one of you have the same opportunity to do it with this comp plan. It only takes 2 great people for you to find 2 great people for you to retire in this business. And I don't think you will. I think you'll keep working and keep earning more money and sharing it with more people. But once you reach the level, let's say, of where I've gotten right now, it's just about giving everything you've got to help people succeed. It's just about, you know, laying it on the line and sharing your experience and just trying to, I tell people, it's like taking people like a glow stick, shake them until the light comes on. You know, it's like, come on, we got to do this, you know. But I'm super excited to be here. Thanks for joining us on Ladies Night, Women's Night. I always enjoy being here with you, and we'll be back here on Tuesday. Don't forget Joby Bowie's. We'll have to check with the time change what time his call is, but he has a training call on Monday, Wednesday, and Friday at 2 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. It's 2 o'clock still with the time change. It is? Okay. All right. So 2 p.m. And excited to have everybody online. Have a great night, everyone. I'm going to unmute you so you can say good night, and we will see you Tuesday. Our 1 p.m. Call is a great one, great international from countries from all over the place. Please join us on that call and get back with the person who invited you. Get your mining package in place because we have a promotion going on right now. Be sure to get your package purchased this week if you want to take advantage of an incredible promotion where you can literally double your coins with this. But have a great night, everyone.
Double your coins.
Good night, Mary.
Thanks, Tom.
Good night, everyone. Thank
Bye,
you.
everyone.
Good night, Mary.
Thank Bye, Tom. Bye,
Glad to
baby.
meet you.
Bye, Ham.
Look.
Good night, all.
I'll get ready to come to bed.